everyone, my name is Chris Boopasaurus Lassar, and I am here on the Overwatch Carbon Series Recap Show, where I will be bringing you replays and recaps of the week's action, and I want to get straight to the games. Our first match features the heavy favorite Immortals in the new roster of Complexity. This game features some amazing plays by Grim Reality on DPS and some great support play by Verbo. This game can be summarized in 2 plays from Verbo, a long-distance orb kill on Tracer and a textbook boop on Hanamura. Complexity had some clean fights, but in the end, they were not able to pull it all together. Complexity really need to tighten up and make their moments of greatness become consistent greatness. Immortals gets the sweep 3-0. Our second match features the Detroit Renegades and Luminosity Gaming. Renegades comes into this match with a new player, Saipei, trying to get back to the success they had earlier this year. With the end of the tank meta, a lot of people are excited to see what LG can do. LG gets off to a great start and is able to take King's Row, but that just made Jesus and Mangachu angry. Mangachu's Pharah and Jesus showed some stellar play throughout the series, especially Jesus on Widowmaker. Do you need a reason to pick Widowmaker? Well, Jesus has 7. He takes the wheel and absolutely goes off on Luminosity. So what do you do when things are going your way? Play Junkrat, of course. The rare Junkrat makes an appearance on Nepal's Sanctum, and everyone is happier for it. After all is said and done, Renegades takes this match 3-1. Now on to our third match, Liquid versus Hammers. There's no team that feels more pressure than Liquid. All eyes are on them to prove why they belong. They need a good result here to quiet all the doubters, and I know they have a lot of people pulling for them. Their first match is against Hammers Esports, who have been on a bit of a roll lately. One of the biggest changes is the addition of Louis and Rafa getting off of tank and onto support. Will Louis be the answer to Liquid's problems? Unfortunately, not right now. Liquid played very well on Temple of Anubis, but outside of that, really struggled to break through. Louis Somber was annoying and effective at times, but Liquid could not get that teamwork going. Hammers Esports played 3 great maps. Outside of the Temple of Anubis hiccup, they controlled Liquid the rest of the way. Hammers' DPS player Jake shows us why Genji is such a great pick right now by consistently getting 3 and 4 Dragonblade kills. Super pulling through, and Hammers supports set up their DPS throughout this series and give Hammers the 3-1 victory. Our fourth match features Immortals and LG. Coming into this matchup, Immortals was feeling confident pulling off the sweep against Complexity, maintaining their favorite status. LG is coming off a loss against Renegades and are looking to pull the upset on the tournament favorites. People considered this the match of the week, and it did not disappoint. Luminosity had a great start playing some really great defense, but their offense just couldn't pull it together. Things did not fall Luminosity's way, and they went down 0-2 to start. But all was about to change on Nepal. In a surprising turn of events, LG is able to take Nepal, complete with one of the best or worst Pharah fights you have ever seen. The momentum continues on Dorado as they take the map as well. Will LG do it? Will they pull off the reverse sweep? Why, yes they will, and LG against the odds pulls off the reverse sweep thanks to the great play of Spree. It seems that LG was able to tighten it up and play cleanly. All tournament, they've been struggling on offense. They held it together and played some amazing defense to make the comeback possible. This series will set LG up with some momentum, and they need to take it as far as possible. Immortals can either take the loss and improve, or let it deflate them. The mark of a good team is how they recover from losses just like these, and let me tell you, I think Immortals is pretty good. Our fifth match features Renegades and Liquid. Once again, Liquid has to improve and show the world why they belong. You can use one word to describe this series for Liquid, and that is heartbreaking. Liquid definitely played better this time around, but Hammers was able to take Louis' overconfidence and use it to their advantage. Time after time, Louis would go in and have a great 3 or 4 person EMP, but the communication just wasn't there. His team had a very hard time following up his play, and he consistently brought his team into engagement they weren't ready for. We did get our first draw of the match and got to see Ilios for the very first time. This went down to the wire. With the point switching hands multiple times, Ilios does go to 99-99, but Renegades was able to take the map. Renegade's Mangachu made Liquid's life even harder as he was able to do work on Oasis, where Renegades was able to get a 3-0 sweep. It wasn't just Mangachu, there was also a little bit of Saipei. His heroics on Anubis getting solo kill after solo kill with those Dragon Blades was a joy to watch. In week 2, Liquid has got to figure something out, plain and simple. Renegades needs to be consistent. They have 3 great DPS players and their team is really backing them up. When in doubt, Saipei will just go ham. Our 6th and final match of the week features Complexity and Hammers Esports, and this match is dominated by one thing. All aboard the Jake train! You guys see what I did there? Before we go too far into Jake and Train, Train was involved in one of my favorite competitive Overwatch moments ever. The story starts with the young Soldier 76, and boy does he want to get some high ground. He gets higher and higher, and struggles and struggles. And finally, he makes it to the top, and he dies. Outside of that train wreck, Hammers played very well throughout the series. Complexity is still trying to figure out the best way to play as a team, and Hammers definitely takes advantage of that. Complexity puts up more of a fight on Oasis, but no one can stop that Jake trade. Props to Rob as well, playing some great support, making Jake and Train's lives as easy as possible. With week 1 in the books, let's take a quick look at the standings. We've got Hammers and Renegade sharing the top spot at 2-0, Immortals and Luminosity tied at 1-1, and Complexity and Liquid bringing up the rear at 0-2. Now, let's take a look at next week matches. Will Immortals bounce back? Will Hammers and Renegades remain undefeated? Are those Pharaohs still fighting? We will find out all that and more next week at the Overwatch Carbon Series. Please check us out on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. But for now, I am Boop, and I will leave you with the Boop of the Week.
And finding good moments to go in. He is under pressure, and oh, he is off the edge. Goodbye and good night. And it's Shake giving his life for that. And oh my goodness, not again!